But having, a Leo ascendant, I can see, the karma around Aquarius being your descendant, ruling your seventh house, because the dynamic is just so odd. And, fixed fire and fixed air, it just constantly kind of feeds off of one another. However, just the sign of Aquarius is naturally cold and detached, which is not like Leo, but it's just so innovative and different. And I guess for some reason, perhaps it just keeps the Leo ascendant on their toes, and they may like that. So, going to the 8th house, Pisces, they say that Aquarius and Scorpio are the karmic signs, and you have the North and South Node being very karmic in itself. But Pisces, I feel like, is a sign, is an energy that is one of the most karmic. I mean, Pisces rules the 12th house, and we're going to stick to keeping Leo the center here for this video. But, Pisces ruling your 8th house, there's a lot of karma here with your 8th house dynamic and mutable water. This is where you almost have this deep obsessive nature to fantasize of intimacy in a way where it's very just fantastical, or just very just dreamlike, or something that you want to fantasize about but not really necessarily actualize. So having Pisces rule your 8th house here, the power dynamics are very just vague and unable to be really pinpointed. So, your exchange of your resources and other people's resources are very, there's kind of no boundaries here. So you have to be careful with this energy, because Pisces is a boundaryless energy, and that's why I find it to be one of the most karmic energies in the zodiac. And also, this is your 8th house of intimacy. You want your intimate life to be a bit of a fantasy here. You want it to be very healing, intuitive. You want that connection where it's not just about, the physical attraction, but it's also about the the mind and the spirit here. Just kind of this subconscious connection where it takes you outside of the 3D. There's a mystic element here with intimacy, with Pisces ruling your 8th house, that you get off on. And also the 8th house, with Pisces ruling it as a Leo ascendant, this is about marriage. This is about taxes. I mean, you could definitely get like inheritance in some sort of unfamiliar kind of odd way here with Pisces. For instance, with Pisces ruling your 8th house, you could receive an inheritance from a long lost sibling that you never even knew you had, but knew of you. And it could be some sort of weird inheritance of a fortune with Pisces ruling your 8th house. It could work like that. And also with Pisces ruling your 8th house, this is where you could be the long lost sibling that gives your fortune to somebody that never even knew of you. So it could work either way. But nonetheless, with Pisces ruling your 8th house, this is a very karmic area that really takes you down into the subconscious of what you get off on. There's going to be this fetish of fantasy here and wanting to connect on a spiritual level with your partner. from the 7th house moving into the 8th house, with Pisces ruling over your 8th house. And this gives you a bit of some sort of healing or releasing. So with the Leo Ascendant, your 9th house will be ruled by Aries. So here, you're going to be very energized to really take the higher learning route on another level. You're going to be very curious. You're going to have that childlike curiosity, and this is going to charge you up in a sense, where this is where you get off on when you learn about different cultures, religion, spirituality, thinking, in a philosophical manner, higher learning, different foods. It just charges you up with cardinal fire right here in your 9th house. And also, you'll find that the esoteric and occult side of life can be something that just kind of triggers you to want to learn about and initiates some sort of action to want to practice here with Aries ruling the 9th house. Because Aries is a fire sign, it's intuitive, it has its own different form of intuition, and it is very action oriented. So it'll want to take occult philosophy and make it and use it in a physical manner. It'll want to test it here, because the 9th house, this is definitely, the 8th house is where the occult energy is, but going into the 9th house, this is where we learn about it. We learn about our magic. And Aries ruling your 9th house, you'll want to learn about it. That way you can be that teacher as well. Because having Aries rule your 9th house, not only are they great coaches, but you'll want to kind of demonstrate it in a physical way here. And definitely you'll have that energizing quality of wanting to learn as much as you can regarding philosophy and higher forms of education. You want to go for the gusto here with Aries ruling your 9th house. You'll want to go for your masters here with Aries ruling your 9th house. So then we move to the midheaven. So if you're a Leo Ascendant, your 10th house, it will be ruled by Taurus. And this is where you have a strong standing in the world, not only with your Leo persona, that royal blood kind of persona here, to rule. With Taurus being on your midheaven, Taurus is the legislator. Taurus is the one that runs the town hall. Taurus is the judge. Taurus is the one, head and commission of the Chamber of Commerce. Taurus is, the foundation of community, really, and grounds community, and keeps it very fixed, keeps everything in order. So with Taurus ruling your 10th house, your career, once sustained, you can very much methodically, manifest so much and produce so much regarding career and take it to the next level. And it's just in a very progressive way. It may feel slow, methodical, but nonetheless, it builds and builds and builds and builds, and it keeps going and going and going. And your career here, it stands the test of time with Taurus ruling your 10th house. And also this is part of your legacy here in the world with Taurus fixed earth on your midheaven, is to create this kind of kingdom or queendom, or creates this strong sense of community with whatever it is you're doing as far as career, which makes perfect sense as a Leo Ascendant. And also, this is where, Leo Ascendant, you can manifest any kind of career avenue you want. And you'll have that, steadfast quality to be stubborn enough to just put in the work and take it day by day and slowly progress it and build it up. So with the Leo Ascendant, your 11th house will be ruled by Gemini. So here, this is where, communication and having a social standing in the world with the world at large here is going to be asking of you to share information, communicate what it is that is of your interest. Here, this gives you the ability to be that circuit out in mainstream society that kind of connects others here. So this could be like from one kingdom to another. It's with Gemini, mutable air ruling over your 11th house. Part of your legacy is to bridge the gaps, to create the connection with the collective, with the pool of souls, which is the collective, and to share information through social media, through whatever forms necessary in order to spread the word or the message or the intent. So you'll have this humanitarian need to be the voice that serves a purpose to humanity and make things simple, make things, keep things very detailed in information so that humanity can understand the narrative. And it's your hopes, your dreams, your wishes here, with Gemini ruling your 10th house, for everyone to be able to intellectualize each other's thoughts and be connected in that way so that we can keep the conversations going in the information processing. And then with Leo Ascendant, your 12th house will be ruled by Cancer. So with the 12th house being a karmic house, because its natural, ruler is Pisces, having Cancer here, there's a nurturing, intuitive quality to not only want to heal others of their karma, but you want to give people a sense of release in a mothering-like way. Having cardinal water here rule over your 12th house, subconsciously you have this mothering-like tendency to the collective, to people, and it's a lunarian quality that you can use this energy to really understand the emotional currents of the energy, of the environment, of people's past lives or karma, of your own past life and karma. You can tap in on an intuitive level to really hear people through what they're saying, through their emotions, through their vibe. So with Cancer ruling your 12th house here, you feel very responsible for the karmic souls of institutions. You'll feel very responsible too. Perhaps what goes on in hospitals, because you have this mothering like Cancer nurturing quality to want people to feel good mentally, psychically, emotionally, physically. So, I mean, Leo Ascendant, all in all, you're a well-rounded sign here, and you mean well. I definitely, get it going around your astrological chart here. And also, you have a lot of power with Cancer ruling your 12th house to really emotionally connect and understand and you would think, how could the king or the queen put themselves in another person's shoes? Well, they can easily do it here with Cancer ruling their 12th house. And I respect that a lot. So that is a Leo Ascendant rising sign. I hope you all enjoyed it. As always, take care and love.